Right, folks, so we mentioned in the hot topics, and a lot of you've experienced for yourself the mass power outage yesterday starting from Monday night. But why was this so? And why did it take so long to get a resolution? Apparently, it boiled down to a strike from the workers. With us, General Secretary of the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees, Mr. John Levy, with us. Morning, sir. Welcome to Smile.
Morning.
Take me back to what caused it. What's the problem?
All right, let me maybe just make a distinction here. There, as I understand it, there were some problems on the network, between Monday night and Tuesday afternoon. It was not directly related to the action taken by the workers. It was one of these things that coincidence do happen.
Okay.
Problems develop on the system, and possibly with not enough people to respond in a timely manner, then some of the outages went on for extended periods of time.
Okay. Having said that, what is the problem, or was the problem? Because it seems like things are almost back to where they should be.
Well, there were, as I understand, there are a number of issues on the network. Faults came up on the distribution network, on the transmission network. There's a block of problems. What it does show, though, is the importance of having these technical people and administrative people on the job to respond in a timely manner when problems develop. And, it so happens that at the point in time, the workers were protesting, people called in sick, etc., because of what was happening to them, which is the more, in my view at this point in time, the issue that takes center stage for the union.
Which is the question I'm
what
asking.
exactly is it that's happening to the workers?
Well, let me go about it. The contract would have expired from December 2017. So that's the end of the old contract. The truth is that we are now at May 2019.
Contract for whom?
For the workers that the UKs represent.
Okay.
Their contract ended in December in terms of the wage and fringe benefit. So we are now at May 2019 with no change, no adjustment to salary allowance, nothing like that. I'll give you an example. So you have people that use their vehicle to do the company's work. And the money that they get for reimbursement for money that they spend on petrol to function is at the same rate that it was in January 2017. This is something that most Jamaicans can relate to who operate a vehicle. So you are getting the same rate that you got January 2017 in May 2019. And during the negotiations, the company has not put 1 cent on the table in relation to that. People that use their motor vehicles to do the company's work, the company has put 0% in year 1 and 4% in year 2, right? And salaries, they have reneged on their commitment last week from 3, 5, 6, somewhere thereabout, and have gone back to 3, 3. So the company is not negotiating in good faith, and this is a time when they would have made what we consider to be their best profit in 20 years, and they have made their worst offer. Something is not adding up in our mind as to the company's approach. But I'm going to go to a point that is a big sticking point in the negotiations. I don't like to come public when you're negotiating, but sometimes you are forced to, because it gives the public the wrong impression as to what is happening. The big issue is that there's an arrangement known as accumulation of sick days, where the employee who doesn't take any sick days for the year is allowed to accumulate it. And the company now comes and says, we want to take that away, or else you're not going to get a certain level of increase. It boils down to what I call extortion. You want to coerce people into giving you something in order for them to get something. That is what they are doing, intimidating the workers, saying, I'm not giving you an increase unless I get to take away this from you. And we're not accepting it.
How far, if you don't mind me asking, have the negotiations gone? What progress has been made?
Very little progress over the last year and a half. Very little, minimal progress, quite frankly. Despite 2, 3 rounds of industrial action, the company has been playing a kind of cat and mouse game with the union. And it's not acceptable. And even though we are back at work, we're not out of the rough waters yet.
What does that mean, sir, when you say we're not out of the rough waters? That there's a chance that you might go back to where we were?
That is quite possible. The matter, I understand, has been referred to the IDT, but that has been a strategy over the years to push things to the IDT and basically kill it. It gets off the radar. Everybody's outside of the worker who is affected, it's back to normal and everything is smooth and people can watch TV, go to parties, etc., etc. And the workers continue to suffer.
You said earlier that some workers called in sick and some stayed off the job. Was that a directive from you, Case, or
The union took full responsibility for what happened yesterday.
does
Full
that mean that's a
responsibility.
directive from you to tell the folks to stay home and don't go to work?
Well, what we indicated is that, look, if you feel the way you feel after the company reneged on their offer of a week ago for where we had served a strike notice, then, you know, I wouldn't encourage you to go on the job and cause any damage or any injury to either yourself or other workers.
Having said that, if things are not where you want them to be, do we go back there?
It is quite possible. I am just saying it up front now, and I'm calling on
What
the
does that
government.
mean, though, sir? Are we supposed to say, well, maybe today we won't
We
have...
might have power for a
Yeah.
certain period of time.
You know, it's two certainties I know about in life, and it's debt and taxes. So I wouldn't give you any assurance on anything else.
What's the word to the workers right now from the General Secretary of UK's?
Well, before I get to the workers, I want the public, again, to understand. I've been pleading with the public to have sent out press releases long before this, asking the public to bear with us, to understand what the workers are going through. This is the lowest offer in any industry that we have received, and everybody know that them light bill is not a joke. JPS cut you off remotely these days. So I'm asking the public to understand, to bear with us, and we will continue to struggle and to fight for what is fair and what is right. This expatriation of profits while the workers suffer is something that we have to look seriously at the country. For the workers at JPS, I'm asking you to continue to trust us, and we will exercise fair judgment, and we will advise you at the appropriate time as to where we are and if there's anything that you need to do.
When will be the appropriate time?
We don't know it. We will see what evolves out of today. I
What
understand
will
that the
happen
minister has
today?
called in the company, but our members are back at work, and, you know, we will see what evolves out of
There
the
are
days.
further discussions to happen today.
Well, nobody has reached out to the union as yet, but I understand that the minister has called in the company. And again, I'm pleading with the government to get involved. Don't sit idly by and allow this thing to get out of hand. I've been pleading with the government that they should take a position now, call in the parties, have a discussion. But, you know, maybe there's another way that I don't know that can resolve this matter. But we are always open for discussions, you know. And,
Did you lose power yesterday?
Yes, I did. My team lost and I didn't get to see Barcelona. You know, got knocked out, but it's one of those things.
You want to make sure say me there too.
Yes. We don't pick and choose when it comes
No,
to
I just want that.
Yes,
Guy,
we
if you didn't
don't-
tell me no, me have a problem. We don't.
yeah, we don't pick and choose. We don't
Thanks for
pick
coming,
and
sir.
choose. Not a problem.
General Secretary of the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees, John Levy.
All right, when we come back, we find out how you can mend broken wings. Stay with us a little. When we take that read off the shelf, Zach will have that in the soon come.